Here's something most men over 50 have never been told. The slow fade in your energy, your drive, your strength, the thing your doctor might shrug off as just getting older, is very often not a hardware problem at all. It's a signal. And by the end of this video, I'm going to show you the one overlooked daily habit that quietly drags testosterone down in millions of men, and the simple shift that may help turn it back around. But stay with me, because it's not the one you're expecting. My name doesn't matter much here. What matters is that I've spent years studying how the male body changes after 40, talking to men in their 50s and 60s who felt like a dimmer switch had been turned down on their whole life. And here's what I kept seeing. These men would finally work up the courage to go get blood work done. They'd sit across from a doctor, describe the fatigue, the soft middle that wouldn't budge, the low mood, the missing spark, and they'd get one of two answers. Either your numbers are in the normal range, you're fine, or, well, that's just age. And they'd walk out with nothing. No plan, no explanation, just a shrug and a copay. Now, I want to be careful and fair here because I'm not a doctor, and most physicians are good people doing their best inside a system that gives them about 8 minutes per patient. That's the real issue. There simply isn't time in a standard visit to explain the thing I'm about to explain to you. So this isn't doctors hiding some secret. It's that the lifestyle first truth about low testosterone takes longer than 8 minutes to teach, so it almost never gets taught at all. Let's start with the part that changes everything. Testosterone in men doesn't just run out like sand in an hourglass. Yes, there's a gentle natural decline, roughly 1% a year after about age 30, give or take. That part is normal, but the steep drops, the ones that actually wreck how a man feels, are very often driven by things you have far more control over than you've been led to believe. Your body is not a sealed gas tank that empties on a fixed schedule. It's more like a thermostat. It's constantly reading your environment, your sleep, your stress, your body fat, your movement, what you eat, and adjusting your hormones up or down based on the signals you send it every single day. And that word, signals, is the whole game. So let me walk you through the signals that matter most in order, because the order surprises almost everyone. Number one, and I cannot say this loudly enough, sleep. This is the one I teased at the start, and I led with it because it's the most powerful and the most ignored. A huge share of your testosterone is produced while you sleep, especially during deep and REM stages in the second half of the night. There's research showing that when healthy young men were cut down to around 5 hours of sleep for just 1 week, their daytime testosterone dropped by roughly 10 to 15%. That's the kind of drop that can take a decade off how your hormones behave. And it happened in 7 nights. So picture the man who's been sleeping 5, 6 broken hours a night for 15 years, telling himself he's fine on not much sleep. He's been quietly suppressing his own hormones the entire time and blaming his age for it. If you fix nothing else after this video, protect your sleep like it's medicine, because in a very real sense, it is. Number 2 is body fat, and specifically the fat around your belly. Here's the mechanism most men never hear. Belly fat isn't just stored energy sitting there quietly. It's active tissue, and it contains an enzyme called aromatase that converts your testosterone into estrogen. So the more visceral fat you carry, the more of your own testosterone gets turned into the wrong hormone, and it becomes a vicious loop. Low testosterone makes it easier to gain fat, and more fat lowers your testosterone further. The good news, and this is genuinely hopeful, is that the loop runs both ways. When men lose meaningful belly fat, their testosterone often climbs on its own, no prescription involved. That's not a fringe claim. It's one of the most consistent findings in this entire field. Number 3 is chronic stress, and this one's sneaky. When you're under constant pressure, work, money, never switching off, your body pumps out cortisol. And cortisol and testosterone are like 2 kids on a seesaw. When one goes up and stays up, the other comes down. Your body, in its ancient wisdom, decides that if you're under constant threat, this is no time for building muscle, drive, and vitality. It's time for survival. So it downregulates the very hormone that makes you feel like yourself. That low-grade, always-on stress so many men in their 50s carry, it has a hormonal price tag. And before we go further, this is the right moment to say it plainly. If you want faster, longer-lasting results, I've put the exact natural support I recommend in the link below this video. It's the same approach I'm describing here, made simple. Now let's keep going, because the next part is where men finally get their power back. Number 4 is movement, but not the kind you're thinking of. You don't need to run marathons. In fact, chronic excessive cardio can sometimes work against you. What moves the needle for testosterone is resistance training, lifting things, challenging your big muscle groups, your legs, your back, your chest. When you put real demand on large muscles, your body responds by supporting the hormones that build and repair them. And here's the part that should excite every man over 50 watching this. You do not lose the ability to build muscle as you age. That's a myth. Your muscles still respond. They just need you to ask. 2 or 3 short, focused strength sessions a week, even with simple movements like squats, rows, and presses, can be one of the strongest natural signals you send your body all week long. Number 5 is what's on your plate, and I'm going to keep this refreshingly simple because the internet has made it needlessly complicated. Your body needs raw materials to make testosterone. It needs enough protein to protect your muscle. It needs healthy fats, yes, fat, because cholesterol is literally the backbone your body uses to build testosterone, which is exactly why crash diets that strip out all fat can leave men feeling flat and lifeless. And it needs certain key micronutrients that are tied closely to healthy testosterone levels, the most well-studied being zinc, magnesium, and vitamin D. Now think about how most men over 50 actually eat and live. Indoors most of the day, low on vitamin D, magnesium quietly depleted by stress and processed food. Filling those common gaps won't turn you into a 20-year-old, but for a man who's running low, it can help the engine run the way it was designed to. Now let me tie this together because here's the bigger truth the 8-minute visit can't give you. Low testosterone after 50 is, for a great many men, not a disease you simply caught. It's the sum of years of signals: short sleep, rising belly fat, relentless stress, no resistance training, and a diet missing key building blocks. Every one of those is a lever, and levers can be pulled in both directions. This is also why I want you to be thoughtful and not panic. If you genuinely have clinically low testosterone, that is a real medical condition, and you absolutely should work with a qualified doctor. Please don't take anything in this video as a reason to avoid one, and never start or stop any medication based on a YouTube video, including this one. What I'm offering you is the foundation that almost nobody explains, the lifestyle-first groundwork that supports your body's own natural production, the part that works quietly underneath whatever else you and your doctor decide. And let me leave you with the mindset that I've watched change men's lives. Stop seeing your age as a verdict. A 58-year-old who sleeps well, carries less around the middle, lifts a few times a week, manages his stress, and eats like he respects himself can absolutely have more energy and more vitality than he had at 45 when he was burning the candle at both ends and calling it ambition. I've seen it again and again. The number on your birth certificate is not the number that's running your body. The signals you send it every day, those are in charge. And those you can change starting tonight. So here's where I'd start if I were you. Tonight, go to bed 30 minutes earlier and protect those hours like they matter, because they do. This week, add 2 short strength sessions, even 10 or 15 minutes. Get some sunlight on your skin, eat enough protein and healthy fat, and find one real way to put down the stress you've been carrying. Small signals sent consistently become a different man over a few months. Not overnight, but faster than you'd believe. And if you want the simplest path, the exact natural support I trust to fill those common gaps and help your body do what it already wants to do, it's waiting for you in the link below this video. Go take a look after you finish here. You've got far more control over how you feel than anyone gave you credit for. Your best, strongest years don't have to be behind you. For a lot of men, they're just waiting on the other side of a few better choices. Start with one tonight. I'll see you in the next one. And remember, this is general education to help you ask better questions, not medical advice. So partner with your doctor on anything that matters to your health. Take care of yourself. You're worth the effort.